country has worked with New Yorkers. We have to atone, I think, for the one we have in the White House now. So we owe the country good New Yorkers.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. So, there were underdogs tonight. You were an underdog.
Yeah.
Were any of the underdogs really surprise you tonight? What about Tim Ryan? What about John Delaney? And could you pick them out in a lineup if you had to?
I think that a lot of, sometimes I really do think that this was a breakaway night. And I think that there was, I think Elizabeth Warren really distinguished herself. I think Julian Castro really distinguished herself. I think Cory Booker did a great job in talking about criminal justice. And I think that there were communities that got centered tonight. The trans community got centered tonight. The immigrant community got centered tonight. And I think that that was an extraordinary moment as well.
Do you think the debate moderators brought up the subjects that needed to be brought up? Was there anything that you wished they had talked about tonight that didn't get addressed?
I don't think that we are discussing climate change the way we need to be discussing. I don't think that we are discussing climate change the way we need to be discussing. Huge, broad, systemic issue, and you can't just say, is Miami going to exist in 50 years? We need to say, what are you going to do about this? And I know there's a lot of folks, a lot of young people that have been mobilizing for an entire climate debate in the Democratic caucus. I think it's a good idea because when it comes to climate change is an infrastructure issue, it's a jobs issue, it's an energy issue, it's a foreign policy issue, and we can't just talk about the Copacabana. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, change is an infrastructure issue, it's a jobs issue, it's a good idea because when it comes to climate change is an infrastructure issue, it's a jobs issue, it's an energy issue, it's a foreign policy issue, and we can't just talk about the Copacabana. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So this is the first one. This is the first debate. Tomorrow night, we have the big B's. Mm-hmm. You got Biden. You got necessarily the safe choice that people think he is. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think, first of all, I think it's dangerous to assume that any candidate is a quote-unquote safe choice, that you pick one candidate and that's just going to deliver an election for you. But with respect to Vice President Biden and to, it's more about an overall electoral strategy, I think. And I think there's this idea that we have to sacrifice everything, that we can't talk about working class issues, that we can't talk about criminal justice issues, that we can't talk about immigration because it isolates this very small sliver of Obama to Trump voters. And I think that that's a mistake because if we sacrifice the issues of so many communities, I think we depress turnout. And what we need is more people to turn out next year than have ever turned out in America.